Hello everyone. This is my first video ever on YouTube. However, as you have seen the title, I'm going to talk about what happened after I have quit my job as a software engineer for 1 year. And this will be most realistic video ever. I'm going to talk about what you should expect, what is the pros and cons of everything. And for sure, I will do myself. Like I'm expecting no one is going to see this video, so I'll be myself when I'm talking and everything. Like if I'm talking to my friend. So yeah, I quit my job last year, expecting that I would be living my dream life of doing what I want, what I love. To be honest, I already had my own business, which is related to board game industry. I had my shop, not technically shop, it's an online shop where I can buy games and resell it in Egypt. So yeah, this is was my main business, and it was not making much income. However, it was like a stable income. And of course, when I have left my job, I thought like, okay, I was not thinking about my business, to be honest. I said to myself like, okay, I can do something in the software engineer field, like doing a certain app, and it is going to generate money passively while I'm sitting on my couch. And to be honest, this is not the reality. The reality hits me so hard that I fade out. But I'm here to tell you what you should expect if you are going to do the same risk. So yeah, technically, I have no responsibility. I live with my family until now. I have no bills to pay, no installments that on me. So I knew that when I'm going to take this kind of risk, I will have like freedom to do whatever I want. So I thought to myself, like, already I have the knowledge of software. So what if I did a certain app which is going to make revenue while I'm not doing much? But like I kept watching a lot of videos that you need to quit your job, you need to start working, you need to start doing, you need to make videos. So I got hyped and inspired, and that's what I did. So I thought like, okay, I need to see like a business that is already working, and I'm going to replicate it in Egypt. So it's going to be a win-win situation, which is like this is the way of I'm copying any solution, because it doesn't need to have any more risks. You already know this is app proved it's working in different country, but no one is doing it here, so you can start doing it. So yes, I technically tried to make an app which is reduced screen time, which is called Earn Scroll, to reduce your screen time by doing push up or doing askar, because we are in Egypt. So I thought, okay, we have already a lot of Muslim community, so why it doesn't make any different feature inside this app, which is this is one was the new feature. And I started doing marketing on it and videos, like I had doing Instagram videos, TikTok videos. This is my first YouTube, so I'm talking freely. And it got only 50 users, and none of them is paying customer. So yeah, this was the first like I hit bottom rock and didn't expect this. Like I thought it was going to be viral, everyone is going to be using it since the main app is already viral, but in reality it didn't happen. I'm not quite sure because of my videos are not good enough. If I'm not good at talking at camera, like maybe there is a lot of reasons, but yeah, this is might be one of them. And if you are going to download the app, I might change it later on to the name of Lapidus, because I need a unique name so people can see it easily. Maybe this is one other issue. However, this is not the topic for today. Like I'm going to talk to you about what is the pros and cons of doing it. The pros that I already feel freedom. I doing what I love. Uh, Learning new stuff. Like I already had some time for learning Japanese. because I'm aiming to travel to Japan soon. So yeah, like I already had some free time to do this. I already working on my stuff, like doing the app. So yes, I had some time doing my app, and already had some time learning Japanese, and of course, I was learning how to make videos, how to see the hooks, visual hooks, and title hook, and so on. All of this kind of stuff. But the cons of it, to be honest, I'm not making much revenue or income. Like, yes, I increased my business a little bit of the board game because I needed more money, so I invested more time in it, and surprisingly, it gave me more money. So, what my advice to you if you are going to quit your job, if you know what kind of business you want to do, so start your own business before leaving your own company or before you leaving your stable full-time job, and make sure at least giving you like quarter of your salary or half of it at least. At least you need to cover your bills. You doesn't need to have like any stress because the thing is already stressful, so you doesn't need to add more stress to yourself. Of course, if you have a family to care and you have children, I doesn't recommend you do this kind of risk unless you know for 100% you are going to make like the return of investment from your business. But otherwise, you doesn't need to make your family at this kind of risk. You can start doing your side business while you're still working because you will need some money investment. So I highly recommend you do this before you leaving. So yeah, this is like the main thing, our main core advice that I'm going to give. Like, don't leave your job until your business is stable enough that giving you like 50% of your salary. Is it fun? Yes, totally, it's fun. I'm working for myself. No one telling me what should I do, and I enjoy like wake up around 12, 11 and start working. And sometimes I work like for 12 hours, 18 hours. I doesn't care because I do something that I love and I know everything is coming back for me. So I highly recommend doing it if he doesn't have any responsibilities. And to be honest, like I'm 27 years old and I doesn't have any kind of these responsibilities. So I took this kind of risk. And of course, I feel regret because my income was so high. Because I was working as software engineer offshoring, so I was taking some good amount. But you know, like you can say, my business gave me 10% only of what my salary income, of what of my full-time income was. So yeah, this is yeah, like I'm trying to give you most realistic thing before you quit your job. Like you need to understand what you are going through. But in the end, like I consider it as a calculated risk, even though I know that at some point I wanted to go back to the full time, unless something miraculous happened and my business boomed or anything. But otherwise, like I really enjoyed it. But I know that I can't afford to get married. I can't afford to get a car, house, anything like this because the money come. It's only cover my cost of living, of going out and so on. But still, I doesn't have any savings from it. So yeah, this is like what you should expect. And of course, if you reach to this point, like hallelujah, I didn't expect someone would be watching this video. Maybe later on I will post some updates about what I did to increase my business in board game industry because I already made like a lot of stuff to increase. I might share it, and also I will be updating if you already interested about the app that help you to reduce your screen time because I mainly use it. It's now called Earn Scroll, but in future it might be called Lapidus because I want a unique name so everyone in app or Google App Store and Apple Store can download it easily. So yeah, I doesn't want to make this video much longer. I hope to see you or to see your comments at least. Like I have no expectations. That's why I'm doing these things easily, because I expect no one is going to watch. So yeah, I hope if you are going to quit your job, doing it in the right way. See you later. Bye.